Okay, I don't know if I'm in focus, but that doesn't matter, because what matters are the messages you're about to hear today. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Cynners. I'm a fashion designer and mystic, and I'm here to help empower you, especially if you consider yourself as the other, the black sheep, underdog, rebel with a cause. You know who you are, and you know where it's at. To those of you who are returning, welcome back, my Cynners. I've missed you so much. I hope you have all been taking good care of yourself, as you should. Clearly, I have been. Anywho, it's really great to be back. I'm really glad to be here today and reporting live. Well, live in all time, real time, because every time is an illusion. We're gonna get straight to it. Today, I want to do a reading to help you discover why you are worth it. What led to this inspiration is actually a song by Amber Mark. Shout out to this artist. Their music is inspirational, it's transpirational, it's revolutionary. This one particular song from her is called Worth It. The song moved me so much it actually brought me to tears, and I wanted you to feel what I felt when I listened to this song. Of course, the song will be linked in the description box below, but I will read to you the lyrics of the song before we get into the piles for you to choose why you are worth it. So the lyrics goes like this. Easier said than done, trying to be the one. It's so hard to not be hard on yourself. How do they all believe? I cannot even see the belief I had way back when. I know that you get so used to it, always living in regret. Your dreams never left your head. But when you talk to me, I can see the light shining, so bright that it is blinding. Just let it out. Oh, I know you feel it. That automatic shiver in your spine. Darkness, you have seen it, heavy on the heart. Look to the light. Oh, release the feeling. It'll send you out to space. Nothing like your happiness. Open up the ceiling. You think you don't deserve it, but you are so damn worth it, baby. You think you don't deserve it, but you are so damn worth it, baby. We've all got that feeling. I can see you hurting. You don't think you deserve it, but baby, you are worth it. Just open up the ceiling. Come on, let the love in, 'cause baby, you are worth it. So, from the lyrics, you can see why it's so powerful. I suggest you to listen to the song after this reading, but let's get on with it, yeah? Here in front of you are 3 images. Please take your time to select the one that calls out to you. I also hear from Spirit that if you feel called to choose more than one, you may. In the meantime, I will shuffle. Let's do reading for pile 1. Why are you worth it, pile 1? Why are you worth it, pile 1? Okay, so you have gotten the High Priestess, Mensa, misdirection, obscurity, manipulation. Aries, leadership, impulse, the first opportunity. The Magician. Then you got King. Links, silent observation, subtleties, opportune timing. King of Air, so that'll be King of Swords, yeah. This one is Knight of Air, so Knight of Swords, skill, arrogance, vanity. So these are all very shadow-like cards. So why are you worth it? Let me channel this, okay? Very interesting. Okay. People perceive you as being chaotic, bringer of bad news. They see you as impulsive, and they always think that you leap before you think. But this is not true. See, these are the hidden opportunities that people don't see within you. It actually acts as a diversion and protection, I hear. So why you're worth it, okay? Pile 1, I feel really led to be telling you about your strong points and why you should see the shadow aspect, or this perceived, seemingly rejected aspect of who you are, to be hidden traits that are actually what make you so special and make you so worth it. So, example, the very first card, misdirection, obscurity, and manipulation. People think you're a bringer of bad news and that you manipulate and you're always bringing down the party. But the truth is, you never get tricked by pink lenses, like rose-colored lenses, rose-colored glasses. You're very sober to every given situation, and you're very realistic. It's not even the typical definition of what realistic means. When people say realistic, people are like, oh, be realistic and practical. No, you're like, you can see the insecurities and the infrastructure and the potential of how something could be crumbling down. You have the ability to perceive everyone's Achilles heel. They hate that about you, but that's something you should be prideful of, because I hear from your guides, before you ever step into any opportunistic situation, any dynamic, any connection, any offer, you already can spot out how it will fail. And you, with your own discernment, can decide whether or not you wish to still take on this risk, or you're going to pass because you see chaos before it happens, before it begins. People who can value you and see your worth will take you on board and see you as the person who can help navigate away from disasters and potential hardships and worst case scenarios, and strengthen that aspect of their pillar that is specifically weak. Okay, that is what makes you so worth it, Pile 1. This is only just the first card. And also because you can spot obscurity, misdirection, and manipulation, you can see who in the team is not aligning with the philosophy and the mission of the overall goal. Okay, this is applying for work and career. When this is applying for a relationship and friendship connections, you can see who is not celebrating your success, who is not able to be happy for your accomplishments, who is not growing when you're expanding, when someone else is expanding, someone else is evolving, who is the one holding them back, who is the one feeding the lies, who is the one who is projecting their insecurities to others. That's very powerful. All seeing, Pile 1. Okay, the second card, okay? Leadership, impulse, the first opportunity. Because you see all the bullshit that happens before it happens, you know exactly that little crevice in between where to leap. You know the right timing, when to jump ship. You know when to slip in. You know when to actually interject. People see you as slick because of that, but that's because you try your best to mind your own business. Because you've had your tongue bitten off, I heard, and you've had people backfire on you because you would tell them things ahead of time, and it really hurt their ego and their pride, and they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to see the truth when it was in front of them. So instead, you just look out for your own. So people see you as very charismatic because of that. But that's only their projection of you. The truth is, because you already see, you've been trying to warn people, but they make you feel crazy. But the truth is, you already know. You know when to leap. Listen to yourself. Okay. Third card. Silent observation. Subtleties. Opportune timing. Yep, this pairs in with the second card. You know when it is. I said break by accident. I wanted to say you know when it is to make the right moves, but I said you know when it is to rake. So I'm hearing you know when it is time to rake in the benefits. I'm hearing raking in the leaves. You don't try to chase what other people are chasing, because you know sometimes when you aspire to chase too much, oftentimes things run away. You wait for the right time to obtain what you want when it comes your way. So you wait till the leaves fall to you, then you rake it in. How does that work? How does that benefit? Well, I'm hearing mulch, right? Leaves, before they fall, of course they are fresh. They're still on the leaf, but people try to climb up very high to reach them when they're fresh. Sure, there are benefits of getting it when it's fresh, but when they remove it too soon, it can actually take away from the source. They're taking away something before its divine timing. They're taking it when it isn't even ripe yet. So because of that, they're never even fully getting satisfied here. They're not getting the full benefit of whatever it is they're trying to reap. You wait for the leaves to finish their whole life process. And when they release and they fall upon the earth, you rake in the leaves. This leaf that seems to be so dead can be beneficial because you could turn it to mulch, which only will in return strengthen your soil. And it will help with the nutrients of the ground. And therefore, not only do you have one tree, you already have a tree, you can plant another and multiple other sorts of things, and they would reap even more benefits instead of you always constantly having to strive to reach high to aim to these leaves. You could plant other sorts of fruits and vegetables near the ground that you can benefit from instead. So you take things that you aspire for and you use the energy that's given to you and you make it work for you, instead of trying to force yourself always swimming upstream to get to it. Does that make sense? You work around, you find a way for it to work for you. You work to make it work for you. I hope that's clear. Last card, pile number 1. Skill, arrogance, vanity. So instead of this being a card about talking about your insecurities or the flaws of who you are, I feel like this is what they're encouraging you to step into someone who comes across as very skilled, so confident, you're almost arrogant. But you're not. It's because you're very solid in who you are, and you can see through most people, right? And vanity is because you take care of yourself and you know how to make yourself look good. I hear it is time, pile number 1, to no longer take all the things that people project and see as your shadow and make you hate yourself for it, but instead see this as strength and know that's always been your strength, but they made you feel like your strength is your flaw. Take what it is that is your worth. This is what's been helping you for so long, okay? Own it. Step into this power, this self-empowerment, and this ability of who you are that you're so good at being, and be proud of it. So whatever comes across as arrogant or that you're vanity and vain, that's their insecurities that you're reflecting back into. But at least you can be stepping in your own essence and your own worth, and this is going to project you to something new. So let's find out what that is, okay? So if pal number 1 decides to own their shadow and realize it's what makes them so worth it, what will happen? Who will they become? What will happen? Look, another shadow card. Drain of resources, dangerous undercurrent. People are going to see you as a triple threat. What else? What else is new? Hold on. What else is new? Come on, tell me something that we don't already know, okay? We're not trying to scare people here. That's not the point of why we're trying to understand why we're worth it. Show us what will happen if we step into who we truly are for pile number 1. look at you. Some of you guys might be a Leo. There's the Emperor card here. Reputation, showmanship, chivalry, loyalty. You're going to become a leader. That's what it is. People will see you from being a triple threat. Okay, it's going to be a transition, okay? First they laugh at you, and then they're afraid of you, and then they admire you and love you. You know that saying? There's a saying about that, right? Let me look it up right now. Well, there's a different saying, but I'm going to read both anyway, okay? This saying is apparently from Gandhi. This is from Gandhi, okay? First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. So I think it has to do with their arrogance and their fears. But the more they hold a light to you, your supposed shadows, the more their shadows increase, and it causes them to withdraw and to really do the inner work, because you have stepped into your own self and you have honed and embraced who you truly are, and you're realizing, Palawan, that your shadow is in fact your light. They're the one that's mistaken it for shadow. So when they come close to your light, what they see is their own shadows. Oh shit, that's what it is, Palawan. You shine so bright. When others step next to you, you enhance their shadows, and they mistaken seeing their own shadows as yours. That's exactly what's going on. This is you, so bright. You are a triple threat, and if you continue to stand in your own light and your own strength, ritual, ceremony, sacrifice. These people, they feel like they're going to become lamb slaughter if they stand nearby you, so they're going to F off. They're going to flip off. And you're going to attract new people out here. You're going to become a leader. Yes. Yes, Palawan, that's why you're so worth it. Secrets, mystery, cycles. Yeah, because you see what others don't. Others they're going to start looking up to you and respecting you. Instead of looking down upon you and demeaning you, they're going to start being respectful of you. And instead of being triggered, they're going to be afraid. Not that this is supposed to be good. I'm just saying this is your energy. It's very powerful, okay, Palawan? You are meant to do great things this lifetime, I hear. Okay? You're no longer dealing with the peanut gallery anymore. Yeah, last card. Conversation, persuasion, charisma. Yeah, like I said, you have charisma. You have the ability to influence, because you can see all the things that are going to become, and you can evade them. And those who respect you and admire you and see your value and see that you have clarity and you are sober to the situation and you never are influenced by others around you, you can see the situations for what it is, regardless of any department of your life. People will come to you and really truly respect your insights. Both people in relationships and both people in workplaces. You'll be promoted when you step into this energy. You will be promoted to a higher position where you could be some sort of advisor or like an overseer of something. Or I hear if you are a person who talks about spirituality and do life coaching, people will value your words that much more, because not only do you respect yourself now, they see why. Because the moment you choose to respect yourself, Palawan, and see your worth that I'm reflecting to you now, and you hone this aspect of yourself, this light within you, people are forced to see your worth, because you are showing them. You're not throwing it through the lens of distortion, of embarrassment and shame and guilt anymore, and thinking that it's an aspect that you need to apologize for anymore. Example, like triggering other people, or being a catalyst or a mirror, and being like the unapologetic Heyoka empath. You're stepping into an empowered empath. You're stepping into a spiritual warrior. You're stepping into someone who is clear with what they are and who they are and what they do and their purpose. And people will see that in return, because you're no longer putting on like a lampshade, I hear. Like a lampshade with different patterns and distortions, though when your light shines, it shows a different projection of who you are, because this lampshade is the lampshade you've built based on other people have been speaking about you, and you're building this shade to hide your light based off of what you think other people are telling you about you. Therefore, you're using it as shame and guilt and embarrassment to hide your own light, and it's become a form of lampshade that's cast shadows and distortions of light. Whereas if you were to unveil that and lift off the lampshade of distortion of what other people have pushed onto you and project onto you, and you see yourself as who you truly are, Power One, you will shine so bright. People, they have no choice but to just acknowledge that you see, and those who seek your ability to see will come forth to you. Okay, let's wrap it up. Yeah, protection, preservation, defense. Yeah, you're like a beacon tower. You can see. You're like a radar scanner in a submarine, like a beep 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 beep. You scan all the fuckboys in the vicinity. You can say whoever's on your side, you're like, yeah, this guy over here, they ain't no good, okay? Or you'll be like a lighthouse, you know, like, oh look, ships coming towards you. Or you're helping others guide and avoid each other so they don't bump into each other. You're that seer, okay? You help protect other people and protect yourself as well. Comet, a sign of fate, harbinger of change. Yeah, you are a catalyst, Power One, okay? You are meant to bring change. You are meant to point out people's flaws. That is your strength. This is your worth. It's nothing to be ashamed of. People who only acknowledge the light, and they're all about love and light, and they don't realize that everything is a spectrum of shades, and that our reality requires this as a balance of divine, of yin yang, light and dark. People who are ready to integrate their shadows and acknowledge that things exist that they don't believe is serving of them at the moment, okay, or doesn't serve their bigger picture, they will come to you to help redirect them. With that being said, this is your reading, Power One. I certainly hope you appreciate it and enjoyed it. If you like my vibe, I'm just breaking everything here. Okay, anyways, if you like my vibe, be sure to subscribe, push the notification bell. You will be notified every time I have a new video uploaded. With that being said, if you want a personalized reading from yours truly, you can check out my website down below, www.vivekacyn.com, and also have clothing designs and other future items that will be coming if you're interested in purchasing from me. If you're interested to learn about sacred sexuality, its tone, and to heal your inner sexual traumas or other aspects relating to romance and sexuality with your own relationship with sexuality and with others, there's also a link in the description box below as well for 18+ readings and insights to talk more into this deep root chakra aspect of who we are. That being said, let's get on to pile number 2. Okay. Alright, pile number 2. Let's get into your reading. What makes you worth it? What makes pile 2 worth it, Spirit? Oh, this card flipped over, so I'm going to take it. What makes pile 2 worth it? Okay, that's a lot of cards. Same card, the Magician. Antila, carefree, open-minded, second wind. We got the Priestess again. There's no joke, you saw me shuffle, right? Misdirection, obscurity, manipulation. Okay, okay. We got Earth Queen, facilitation of social gatherings, meetings of the mind. Okay. Drain of resources, dangerous undercurrent again. Canis Major, the chase, pursuit without fatigue. Performance, acting, ego. 4 of fire, and you got Queen of Air. Powerful ally to assist using personal leverage. Okay, so let's look at your shadow aspects together. All your shadow cards are over here. So people who don't know you initially are intimidated by you, pile 2. That's why they act distant from you and they act like you did something wrong to offend them. It's because it's your energy, pile 2. Your energy is intimidating. How do you come across to other people? Your energy comes across as you have the ability to bully other people into submission. So like if you wanted to, you could be a bully. Okay, you're very strong in your conviction. You're very precise in your choice of word, your stance, and your demeanor, and how you carry yourself and how you hold yourself. Chances are, I hear that you're some sort of manager, or even I hear board of director, like some sort of director, or you're like a district manager, like you're an overseer of someone, and you're very organized and meticulous. I hear you drain people. Okay, you might have some energy vampire tendencies and you don't even realize it. Okay, let's look into this for you. I think maybe they feel that you are that way, but it's because you demand so much from other people and you want the best. They feel like you're squeezing the juices and the life forces out of them, and they feel like they always have to be like on guard, like a soldier. Okay, powerful ally to assist using personal leverage. But the thing is, you don't know about is when you're not around other people and they talk about you, they are proud to be associated with you. Okay, they're scared of you and they're intimidated by you, pile 2, but they also are proud to be known and associated with you. That's the shadow aspect. Okay, let's talk about why you're worth it. Okay, what's so great about you? Leadership, impulse. So first, opportunity, carefree, open-minded, second wind. Yeah, so as intimidating as you seem and as scary as you may come across, pile 2, like you can bully other people, you're actually very accepting and open-minded. It's your energy that is so strong in your conviction in what you believe. It almost feels as if it's stifling and suffocating, as if like there's no other opinion that can exist. But the truth is, you hold a lot of space for other people, and you believe in a strong mission in holding space and helping empower other people. Facilitation of social gatherings, meetings of minds. Yeah, you really like to bring people together. So I suppose the best way I can explain this is like, I don't know why, but I'm getting like the visions of like comparing you to a magnifying glass. You have the ability to see bigger and see closer and examine what every person can bring. They feel very exposed around you and naked, but you also could see like you can expand something that seems very minute, and you can bring it into more importance, and you can bring it into more awareness to everyone around you. And at the same time, if you want, you can take this magnifying glass and focus your energies, like how you would redirect the sunlight through the magnifying glass. You can turn it into such a pinpoint, sharp focus intention that you could set things on fire. You could burn a hole through it if you want. That is why you're worth it. You're very powerful. You're very structured. And when people get too close, they feel like you can have the ability to burn them. But this is what makes you so great gathering people together. It's because you have the ability to see bigger. You have the ability to expand awareness to things that are underlooked, overlooked, misunderstood, under-evaluated. You can expand that, but at the same time you can also pinpoint and focus in on what it is and burn it out if you don't like it, right? So that is why you feel like people don't really treat you well, or other people that you aspire to be with leader likes. It's not because they don't like you, it's because other leaders are threatened by your leadership abilities, right? The chase, pursuit without fatigue. Yeah, you never give up because you're very passionate about who you are. Pile number 2. Let's look into more why you're worth it, okay? Transition, responsibility, adjustment. Yeah, exactly. You are responsible for people's transition and adjustment. You have overall, you care about the overall welfare of people's communities. So I even see you like doing work like organizing and being responsible for women's shelters, for example. Like maybe that's like your passion project, or you want to help people who are homeless. Example, with the war going on, people who literally don't have homes anymore, you're assigning them co-op houses, and you're very adamant of making sure that they have their needs met, and you negotiate with, I don't know, like your local community, your local city district, to fight for the rights of people and what they need and the funds they need in order to have their most basic necessities met. So you're like this like laser eye. Wherever you focus, people are like, okay, like they feel like they're under scrutiny, but that's because you are so passionate about fighting for what's right. Sun card. Oh my god, this is like pile number 1. You are bright like the sun, and even if you work undercover and you work in the shadows, so you're like in the back of the light, because you don't want it to be you the focus. Pile number 2, you don't want yourself to be center of focus, you want the community to be the center of focus. So what you do is you know how to redirect the light, you know how to shine the light that other people have. That's why you're worth it. Pile number 2. Pile number 1 is someone who knows how to shine and help others, right? You would be the utilizer of helping redirect pile number 1s and how they can shine best. Or if aspects about themselves that are not shining as brightly, you know how to magnify and expand and also refocus their light to such a pinpoint precision. Oh my god, my light flickered, so that's a sign. Pinpoint precision to use it to even like burn away things, or to ignite other people, or to you know what I'm saying? Because a magnifying glass can use light to reflect and bounce off, but also can focus the light to use it to turn into fire. You can use it to burn things, not in a destructive way. You can if you want, but you can use it to ignite things. And so you know how to bring out everyone's light. Pile number 2, you know how to utilize it, and then if needed, you can redirect this light that you have honed from other people and use it to fight for other people and their rights and what is best for them. That's why you're worthy. You may think at the time being that you are trying your best, and why for some reason people are not getting close to you is because they're still learning to adjust to your energy. And a lot of these people who are afraid of you is because they are learning to find empowerment and see the light within themselves, to see how you can utilize their light, instead of feeling like you're like an energy vampire and you're manipulating their energy. You're actually helping them find what's the word, reformation and structure, and how they can utilize best their light in a way that can help not only themselves but other people. That's amazing. Pile number 2. So instead of seeing other people's opinions about you as like, oh my god, I'm so scary and I'm some energy vampire, maybe I should stop doing what I'm doing, or maybe I should do it differently. No, they have their own distorted lens because they can't see their own light properly yet. So they see your light as, oh my god, they're like squeezing me everything and I have to be on my best duty. No, that's because you are bringing out their best selves like that. You're not someone who's like gently coaxes and coos people out of their comfort. No, you don't kid glove people. You're like, all right, snip snap, wake out of it, look at you, look how strong you are now, lift that thing. I can see you have muscles, you can lift 50 pounds, lift it now. It's not because you can't do it, it's because no one has ever pushed you to do it. So you're that person. So they may feel like, oh, they're so tired and drained. They're only tired and drained because you are helping them reshape and sharpen and self-discipline and hone who they truly are. That's why they're tired. But in fact, the truth is, pile number 2, you're bringing out their light. You ain't no energy vampire. You are a light energy refocuser. You're an energy cultivator. You're an energy honer. I don't even know the words for it. Do you know what I mean? You like turn people's light into light rays, into light beams, okay, into laser beams. That's what you are. You realign all their lights together and you sharpen it so it becomes like a huge projector light, because when we are together we are stronger. So that is why you're worthy, pile number 2. I certainly hope you enjoyed this reading. It was amazing and very enlightening for me to be able to articulate this for you so you can see why you're worth it. With that being said, if you enjoy my vibe, be sure to subscribe. Make sure to have the notification bell on so you can be notified when I am posting the next video. If you would like a personalized reading from me, you can find my website in the bottom description, www.ericassin.com. I also create clothing designs that are inspired to empower you, so check that out if you want to shop from me as well. And future items will be coming soon. With that being said, let's go on to pile number 3. Pile number 3. Pile 3. Pile 3. What makes you worth it? That's a lot of cards. I'm going to stop there. Okay, you got sly predator, deceptive motives. Okay. I hear from people that they think you're a fake ass bitch. Okay, that is not who you are. That's how you come across. That's very prissy, high maintenance. People think that you think you're too good for other people. That's their impression. Okay, now let's get into it. Next card is Orion, Knight of Air, skill, arrogance, vanity. That matches up with what I said. Earth 5, Triangulum Norma, Triangulum Astral, new projects, craftsmanships, hard work. Yeah, what they don't see is how hardworking you are. Let's see. Lyra, Nine of Water, play, healing power of the arts. You're a performer of some sort. I hear diva. I'm literally getting Mariah Carey vibes where people like think you're too much, but really, you have fought tooth and nail for your position and your skills and your craftsmanships and your mastership of where you are today. That's why you carry yourself with so much pride and confidence. But people are threatened by that, and in return they think it has something to do with them, when in fact you just hold yourself that way because you believe you deserve to be this person. And people always are trying to talk down to you, and that's why you're always defensive. That's why you come across that way, but that's only because you're protecting yourself. So when you protect yourself, people think you're a bitch. But if you don't say anything, people think you're a pushover or you're snobby. So no matter what, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't, problem with it. That's how I feel your energy, and I sympathize with that. Ritual, ceremony, sacrifice. Okay, let's see. Close call, crisis averted. There's a lot of users in your life. Cetus, water, 5. Underlying emotional issues, self-doubt, fear. You find it very hard to be vulnerable around other people, I hear, and it's hard for you to open up because whenever you do open up, people try to take your weaknesses and your fears to their advantage, and they try to use it to gaslight or manipulate you. That's why you always keep it tucked underneath, which is understandable. Facilitation of social gatherings, meetings of the mind. Yeah, but you are surrounded by very great people and very kind people, especially a close circle. Binary system, coexistence, gravity, harmony. Okay. 13. Oh my god, I smell smoke and I thought my house was burning down. It's just a candle. Finishing. I had a burning smell. 8. Neptune, intuition, foresight, awareness. Moons, secrets, mystery, cycles. And the magician, leadership, impulse, the first opportunity. You guys all have similar cards, all through pile 1 and 2. Look at your shadow sides, okay? So your shadow is here. Sly predator, deceptive motives, skill, arrogance, vanity. Underlying emotional issues, self-doubt, fear. What else? Oh, here. Ritual, ceremony, and sacrifice. I even hear the sacrifice isn't about other people feeling like they need to bend over backwards to please you. But the reason why I feel that way for them is because they're usually really lazy. That's the truth. If no one has ever told you, the reason why it's so hard and they're always like, oh my god, I bent over backwards for this person and it's still not good enough for them, is because those people who are saying that, they're actually very self-entitled and innately lazy. They're very undisciplined people, and they're people who haven't done the inner work, and they haven't honed in and focused on the passion and their mission in life, unlike you. So when they are in your presence, they feel like they have to bring their best self forward, otherwise you wouldn't approve of them, which automatically makes sense because you vibrate in such a higher frequency and you hold yourself to a higher caliber that people, if they even want to be close to their light, if they wouldn't even hold their flame close next to yours, they have to shine twice as bright than they're used to. That's why they feel like you're very manipulative and you're this and that and you always ask them to do everything. No, it's because you are always in your own divinity. Other people are not. And so they feel like they have to bring their best foot forward, and they don't see it as that. They see it more as a curse instead of a blessing to push themselves to grow beyond what their comfort zone is. But when you're around them, it makes them be their best self automatically without realizing. But instead they feel manipulated by it. But the truth is, your energy influenced and inspired them. It's like you gave them, like when they're near you, you like plugged in a socket like 5 alive, and it gave them more like woo, like an oomph to be more of who they should be. But instead, when you leave and you unplug, because you're not obviously going to feed your energy to other people, and you know that, pile number 3, they feel depleted and they feel like, oh my god, they're so tired. It's because they're not used to operating at such a higher frequency and shining their best selves like you. That's what makes you worth it, is because you see who you are. But I can see how that sometimes can make you feel very lonely. I understand. But let's find harmony for that, okay? I said but for a reason. Your spirit guides really want you to find a way to be able to navigate and find harmony within this. Perhaps you can drop the expectations of everyone always having to be the highest caliber when they're around you, but instead just think of it as they are free to be who they are and you're free to be who you are. But if they ever threaten your safety or your mental health and your state of mind, to just remove them from your vicinity and you don't even be near them, rather than tolerating them. Because if you want people to be around you all the time, here, file number 3, but they aren't able to be up to your caliber, that's going to be the consequence, is that you end up plugging into them indirectly, because they're going to be around your aura and they're going to be inspired, empowered to be the best version of themselves, in a really stupid way they end up resenting you for it. So instead of being around people who aren't up to your caliber, to spend more time seeking out people who are within your caliber. And when you're around them, instead of them feeling like they're plugged in and like empowered to be the best version of themselves, they will feel like rejuvenated and refreshing to be around someone else who understands them just the same. If not, they feel encouraged to be more of themselves and to be the best version of themselves around you, and vice versa. Harmony, that is definitely the truth. You need to find people at the same level as you. I think the reason why you're afraid of doing that is because you're afraid of vulnerability. You're afraid that they will see your flaws, because you can identify their flaws too, because you're very similar. Okay, and how can you do that? You integrate your own shadows and you start embracing and accepting yourself, pile number 3. And when you accept your greatness, pile number 3, and realize that you are this amazing, then you can be around other people who are amazing too, without feeling like they will use you. Okay, of course, use discernment. I feel like you'd have discernment. If you even just let people who are as great as you be around you, I think you'll find it to be very healing. You might even do collaborations, pile 3, to do great work together that will align with both of your purposes in life. So 8 of Earth, horologium, it's the wheel of time. Okay, it says time passing, milestones, progression. Yeah, I hear it literally. The word says it's about time. So if you have a talent or a skill, like you're a painter or a singer, performer, designer, and you have other people who talk with you who seem to be higher up, if they are pushed away by you, they're not quite there yet. They haven't healed their shadow like you either. You have to be around other people who have healed their shadows. I do feel like I do have a feeling though, pile number 3, when you start embracing your shadows and realizing that you are this amazing, and you don't have to stoop down for other people to like you more, and you don't have to try to hold space for other people, because that only results in people resenting you, because they are affected by your aura to be their best self, and they're not ready for it. If you start accepting that you are this great, and you can be around other people this great too, without feeling like they're gonna see through you, because you have a level of needing control here, pile 3, where you feel safest when you have the ability to control, and you know where people are at, where people stand. If you see that they're insecure, you know what their tendency of what they will do or will not do, and that they can't see you. You feel safer, but as a result, because you feel safer, you also feel alone. But if you hang with people who are closer to your caliber, and you heal yourself and trust that these things that you see as weakness, and you start embracing them and do the shadow work, you'll heal from it, and people won't trigger you, and they won't be able to use your weaknesses to their advantage anymore, because they're not weaknesses. You have transmuted your weaknesses into strengths, or you have integrated and embraced them as part of who you are and that you love. And if people do try to manipulate you and to use it against you, you will instantly know that they're not quite where you are, where they're ready to have equal level relationships and collaborations and colleagues to grow and move forward without feeling threatened by one another. Does that make sense? Okay, final card. There's a card on top I feel called to pull. Hiding from judgment, insecurity. Yeah. When you stop hiding from the judgment of yourself, and you embrace your insecurities and realize they're not insecurities, they're just aspects that you haven't really embraced or integrated or accepted as part of who you are. When you do that inner healing, and you be around people that are of higher caliber, who are truly confident and who are truly healed, you will do really even better and more great things. Your career will skyrocket even more, I hear. You already know you're worth it, pile 3. I don't mean to say it, but you're here because you want to listen to it for fun. But I'm pretty sure while you're hearing this message to pile 3, you'll also be surprised to realize that there are aspects that you can work within yourself, and it can remedy why you feel isolated. So you know why you're worth it, pile number 3, but now you'll also know why you feel lonely. So when you can integrate these shadows and learn to love yourself and heal these aspects about yourself, you will be very good moving forward, knowing the people you can work with, and you will, instead of stooping low and just surrounding yourself with people who are not willing to work twice as hard as you and to be in their truth like you'll attract people who are also in their truth. And those, you can see people who are manipulative or not, because you have healed yourself. You can tell if someone has also healed themselves too moving forward, and you'll have much more balanced and harmonious lifestyle. With that being said, certainly hope you appreciate it. You're welcome. If you like my vibe, be sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video I upload. If you want to work on healing your secret sexuality, there's a link down in my description box below. I don't know why I feel called to tell you this and not file number 2, but that's the case. If you want to work on your root chakra and understand your relationship with other people as well as yourself, and your understanding of your desires and your sexuality, you know where your girl's at. She's going to be here to help. On top of that, if you want a personalized reading from me, you can also find my website down there in the description box at www.vergasin.com. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much. Oh, if you like my vibe, be sure to check out my clothing. I'm going to be creating clothes to wear for myself. I feel called to tell you that honestly. And there's going to be vlogs of me journeying to create my wardrobe. So be on the lookout for that. Check out my website. Shop if you want. I appreciate you, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!